Hi, my student who I am preparing for is actually a first grader who has autism and is nonverbal, but does have some echolalia where he repeats what is asked of him. To show what 3 tasks that he'll be doing, we have matching items that will go on the task and also on the 3-drawer system. So P will go for the first one, then he'll grab the second drawer, which is the shape, and then number 2 will be the 3rd drawer, and it just correlates to what tasks they are doing. The first task will just be identifying numbers that are missing, so we're really working on his numbers. So he'll just count and write down what number he is missing. He is able to write all of his numbers perfectly, so that's just the first task that he'll be doing, and writing the numbers that are missing. Then again, first task is done, the pair will move it and move this one over to know that he is now doing this task, and number 2 will be next. So first, the P is all done, he'll remove that and then move this over. He is great with the first then board, so this is perfect for him as well. Then he'll just be counting these, again matching the numbers. He can count all the way to 20, so then he'll just count and match the number that goes with the puzzle piece. The pair will be sitting there, of course, but will prompt him to get started, but is not there to, the student independently does this all by himself. But again, counting is hard for him. But numbers, identifying numbers he can, so we're just working on the next step, which is counting. Then he'd move this over again. First we'll do 2, and then he'll get his reward for doing all 3 tasks of whatever he chooses. Usually it's Oreos, food, Skittles is his preferred item. So then we'll go on to number 2, and again this will have a 2 on it just to label it on the drawer. These will have a baggie inside this container so they know it goes together. And then he'll just grab a card, he'll say 7, and then he'll grab 7 blocks out and mark that as what he is doing. For data collection, I do have paras by them, but they are not doing the work task for them. So some data collection that we use is just 10 trials. If there's 10 tasks in there, say they have 10 cards to count, then it'll just be a plus or minus if he got it right. So if he has 7, then it'd be a plus. They'd move on to the next number. If he has 4 right and 4 blocks right by it, it'll be a plus. If he has a number card 6 and he only has 5 blocks, that'd be a minus. And then another one is just the data, the skill that they're working on, and the date they collect it. Verbal prompts, independent prompts, how many prompts they give is what they tally, and if they are doing it hand over hand, then they write down hand over hand or full physical prompts to help the students do that. Some successes I've had for this student is him being able to independently move over the next task of what he should be doing. So say P is done and a hexagon, the shape is next. He'll take this off saying that it's done, put everything back in the drawer, and put this on the drawer system, and then move this over. He is able to do that, but a difficulty that we have been having is getting him to start the next task. He thinks he can get a reward after every task, but I know his work stamina is better than that, so he can do a task after, he can get a reward after 3 tasks. Sometimes we do give him a Skittle, just say keep going, you're doing great, or just that verbal praise or praise that we give him, but he does have a very good stamina of doing work, doing 3 tasks. And all of these tasks, especially the counting, he's not asked to do this whole box. There's about 5 or 6 that he does just to get those counting and identifying those numbers to where they are, because he is able to identify 1 to 10. So we're pulling from like 11, 13, and a couple that he knows that will get him a work task done.